Right. What up, y'all? You know what it is. Two caps, no cap. We back at it again. I am, of course, Adam Melville. Nice to see y'all guys. And we with Wesley as usual.
Gang, gang, gang. ATM cash out. Wesley the actor. They know the vibes.
Yes, sir. And we have a special guest today, my friend Antuan, all the way from the West Coast. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, of course. I'm from California. Uh, I don't do much out here, but focus on astrology. To be completely honest, and I focus on things to try to help other people to expand their minds more.
Word. Same. We have a
Does that
lot
pay well? You don't mind me asking, because that sounds like a pretty cool career.
Well, it's taken a while to come up, but I'm just really grateful because I get to break. What I like to do is I like to break down people's personalities through their birth charts.
hmm
So I make videos doing that, and I'm doing my best to stay committed to it. And we'll see what
Yeah,
happens from there.
as you
that's
should.
awesome. Does it take a long time for you to do things like that?
No, it takes like 10 minutes.
What? Oh
Yeah,
man, we got
because
to
I
get
only
one done.
no, it's because I'll for sure do it for you if you want. But like all I
Oh
ever do
yeah.
is look at the sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, rising, and that's it basically. So it's not
hmm
that intense.
Not even gonna lie to you. I don't know too much about that. I to understand a little bit, but I mean, yeah,
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
but that's cool. So I mean, yeah, we could both get one.
Yeah, cool,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
that's cool.
today we were going to talk about basically just living in the moment, embracing the
Mm,
moment, and just really being present. So I'm gonna ask you guys. I'll go last, but I want to ask you guys like what how when is a time that you felt like you were very present and in the moment, just to start it off.
Okay, I'll go first for this. Right. Okay. So Aries, my Mars is in Aries, so I'm always in the moment. I'm always trying to make sure that I know exactly what I'm saying, why I'm saying it, and have purpose. And I think about everything, and I'm just really, really adamant, and that's really relevant for me.
Mm,
Yeah.
With me, I feel like right now is that moment. You know what I mean? Because what I'm learning about everything about life is that like the words that we say, the vibration that we create, that creates who we are. That creates what we say. Like we even the words that we say in our minds and in our head, those words create who we are. But if we're not saying the right words to ourselves and we're not breathing the right breath to say the word correctly, you know what I mean? We're not able to get exactly what we need. When we say those words that we really really need to hear to ourselves all the time in our heads and our minds, and actually say it out loud, we realize, yo, this is my reality, because that's all I'm hearing is myself. I'm hearing, but it's not from the ego perspective, but more from I'm gonna be able to help a lot more people because of what I know, you know, because I'll be able to tell them the same truth I'm spreading to you, you know. So
I just want to say you're kind of breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you're like by your Wi-Fi, but
here I'm
yeah.
gonna turn I'm gonna turn off my Wi-Fi because I got unlimited data.
Oh, okay. Big baller out
Yeah,
here. No, I'm
yeah,
just
something like.
and that's unlimited data too. But back to living in the moment. I
Mhm.
feel like the times when I'm most present in the moment is when I'm meditating right now. Um, like, I'm still working on really, you know incorporating what I've learned through meditation into, just daily life when I'm actually, out doing stuff. But and it's definitely, I've definitely seen like the result of, just practicing meditation daily now. Um because, like, there are times when like emotions rise up within me and I'm able to be like present with them and, be like aware of them, like, in a way that I wasn't before. So, it's really that's really helped. But definitely when I'm meditating, I'm definitely feel like I'm in the moment more
Mhm.
than any other time. But yeah, and it's really important to try and incorporate that awareness into like our daily lives, because like I was saying, like with the emotions and stuff like that, just being present with what you're feeling in a certain moment helps you to, you know go through it or move through it and not let it, dictate your whole day, because that's what a mood is. Like a mood is an emotion that lasts the whole day, because you can't get yourself out of it. And you think that, oh, like because this one bad thing happens, that dictates like the rest of, your day. But like Wesley was saying, like, if you're like aware of your thoughts and stuff, that like, whatever you're thinking, that's what you create in your reality. So, when you're aware of your emotions and you're able to comprehend them, like feel them, and then like, move past them, then you're able to, take that moment, be present in that moment, and then be awareness of what you're feeling, and then move out of that moment into, more in alignment with whatever else it is that you were trying to do. So yeah, definitely one thing that I've learned from, trying to be present, trying to be more conscious of what I'm feeling in the moment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, to that I have a question. So, say, uh, I'm trying to bring this back. So you have a day where the transits in your chart, like all the planets are like against you. You have one of those days. But law of attraction says that if you think positive thoughts, you can have whatever you want. But how are you gonna have whatever you want and when you're experiencing days like that?
Well, yeah, that's what I feel like still, because there's definitely not going to be times when you're just able to, you know, be in the moment and then just let it go. Because sometimes, even if it's like what your chart is saying or what the astrology is saying, because, the astral bodies do have like a very tangible effect on our lives, even if you are consciously aware of it or not. But, you still have to feel into it. And we talk about this a lot in the 82 group, just like surrendering to it, like surrendering to like, yeah, I'm in a bad mood and, I'm just gonna have to stay here for a while and really feel this because it's trying to tell me something, about what is going on in my reality right now. So definitely there's going to be sometimes when you have to just like be in it, but there's also going to be some times where you can't let it rule like your whole day, uh because we're here to experience these emotions. We're here to, experience good and bad, and we can't let the bad stop us from, still moving forward and doing something good just because, one thing bad happened, you know because like if we constantly do that, then, we're not going to be in a creative state. We're not going to be in alignment with the creator. You know, we're here, we're created by the creator to create. You know what I'm saying? So we have to also know when it's time to we have to know when it's time to, you know, sit in it and feel how we're feeling, and, you know, maybe just take a break from what we're doing, and also know when it's time to be like, all right, I'm feeling this way, but there's still this that, you know, I need to do, or this that I was trying to accomplish today, and let me try and move through this emotion so that I can still get the things that I tried to do, that I wanted to do, done, you know.
And
What you
just to build, oh, go ahead.
No, I was about
Oh,
to ask you what you wanted to say.
oh yeah, just to build off of that, yeah, definitely. But I feel like just to realize that every person is a universe in themselves. You know what I mean? So like I'm a universe, you're a universe, and you're a universe. We're all different universes because that's why we have different sun and moons and stuff. That's what we're like. But yeah, so we're all different universes. So we can't let another universe affect the growth of our universe. So even in a really bad day, we have to realize that everything is a learning experience in our universe.
Hmm.
We're still experimenting on our universe. If we're the carpenters of this world, we can create something, but sometimes we're not going to have those days where we feel like creating, and which is okay. But we have to realize that we can rise to that occasion. Like even in that, the midst of all the craziness, how are we controlling our actions, our reactions, and our mindset towards everything? Because obviously we can't control everything that happens to us, and things are going to happen if things are aligned a certain way. But how quick can we get back to our center on our breathing? Like how quick can we get back to the center of feeling the way we feel like we should feel like always? Like it's going to obviously be hard, but if we align our breath to how we're supposed to feel all the time, then even in the midst of something crazy, you remember how to breathe.
Hmm. Definitely, I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that. But like, you know, there's still times when you have to like when you have to feel something. You know,
Oh
when you
yeah, definitely. No, you got to feel everything. That's what I'm trying to say. But you feel it in your breath. You know, you still feel what's going on, but you're trying to get back to who you are. Like things are gonna happen regardless. You know things are gonna happen, especially with the other universes, because other some universes don't make it to where they need to go.
Dude,
Imagine it like this. Imagine each universe is traveling towards a gateway, right? And not every universe is going to make it because they're going to lose their way. But it's up to the ones who hold that, know what that looks like, that mirror of ourselves, that creation. Because obviously, like we said, we're creators. We can't let that one day affect our next day and the day after that and the day after that. Still thinking about the day before because, like, of course, like I said, things are gonna happen. It takes time to heal, but we don't have to let that whole process stay with us for the rest of our life. We still hold it on the back burner and we keep it as motivation, but we keep moving towards our destiny. We don't just give up on our destiny because the world says, well, you don't have this or you don't have the money for this. That makes no sense. You know, we have to keep going towards what our dream is because we know that we'll make the money regardless if it's that important to us.
hmm. Yeah.
You
dude,
know.
I'm trying to step up, bro, because today the only
Mm-hmm.
planet that I'm compatible with today is Mars and Aries. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to step up today, man, because it's really tough for me, but it's cool to be able to resonate with other people because that's how you get your energy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been using the 82 a lot, like for to have momentum so that I can do things that I want to do, like make videos and stuff. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
man, like I'm not feeling it today, but I'm okay. It's fine, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Shout out
obviously,
to
oh,
victories.
go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna say obviously give your day of rest. Give yourself a day of rest because you don't want to just work all the time and then get bored of what you do. You also have to take time to meditate as much as you take time to make that do the action. Like they're two of the same coin. Like you're meditating towards your action. I did a research report on the dollar bill, right? And this is kind of crazy, but the pyramid will represent a mental mind, like knowing what you want. But the bird is representing the action behind what you're going to go after. But you have to rise to the occasion to do what you need to do. And like that was the purpose of like them putting the dollar bill, like the mind and the bird on it, because the bird is gonna fly, but the mind is going to make sure that everything's stable and structured. So if like you put those two things on the same coin, you got it. Like you got the dollar. Because that's basically what it was. You're staying focused on your purpose long enough for you to obtain something that's not even a value, a piece of paper.
Hey, where did you do that? Where did you find that research?
So there was one on there was on like the money thing was on where was the website? It was remember that I don't remember the name of that website. The one that had, I think, Gala or something.
Gaia?
Gaia, I think. Yeah, I think it was Gaia. Yeah, it was Gaia. It was like this guy. He was speaking about like the American dollar. Yeah. So like, oh yeah, but
Because
he had
you
like
got
a
me thinking
whole like
about
9 lessons on it.
from the Browder file. They had like a
Mm-hmm.
different interpretation,
Mm-hmm.
more Afrocentric interpretation, I should say, of
Mm-hmm.
that one. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Oh yeah, you gotta definitely read it out. People gotta know.
I was thinking about the Kabbalah because I was thinking about the pillar of severity and then the pillar of mercy. You have to stay in the middle to stay structured, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's just two sides of a coin.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's an invisible coin. To be honest, like there is no coin on the dollar. There is no dollar coin anymore. They used to have a dollar coin, but there's no dollar coin anymore.
Oh, there's dollar coins. I think I've had a couple recently.
Yeah, I mean it's not like like how it was circulating before is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. They're still out there, of course.
Yeah, it is. It is just paper. You're right, bro. And the thing about that is that once you start to get to like a certain limit, it really is. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it really doesn't mean anything anymore, which is kind of
Mm-hmm.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna read like a couple things about the just the pyramid. There's a lot, but
Okay.
like you know, to everyone who's watching this in the future, if you want to do more research, I definitely recommend this book, Survival Strategies
Mm-hmm.
for Africans in America. It breaks it down very well.
Put the
Um,
link in the description.
but yeah, very in depth. And so he's talking about the reverse of the Great Seal consists of two symbols, a pyramid and an eye encased in a triangle at the apex of the pyramid. The pyramid comprises 13 courses of stone. Each row represents one of the 13 colonies. The Roman numerals at the base of the pyramid equal 1776, the year the 13 colonies united as one nation. The inscription beneath the pyramid, Novus Ordo Secularum, in Latin refers to the new order of ages, which came into existence when this nation was founded. And above the pyramid is an eye, which symbolizes God, whom Masons refer to as the great architect of the universe. The Latin inscription above the eye, Annuit Coetipus, I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but
It's all
means
good.
that God was pleased with the undertaking of the newly established nation, thus one nation built out of many states by master builders with the approval of the greatest builder in the universe. This the United States interpretation of the reverse of the Great Seal, where it's basically talking about the pyramid and the eye. That's what it's talking about there. And then when it was talking about the eagle on the Great Seal holds an olive branch, symbol of peace, in the right talon, and arrows, symbol of war, in the left. The eagle looks to its right because the establishment of the nation was preceded by war, but favors peace. The shield on the breast of the eagle symbolizes self reliance, and the 13 stripes represent the flag, which was created in 1777. In the eagle's beak is a banner with the Latin inscription E pluribus unum, which means one nation out of many states. Above the eagle's head is a cluster of 13 stars, which also represents the new nation that is protected by God. So it's a lot of like, you know, Masonic imagery in in the dollar symbolism. But let me try and tie this back into being present. You know, that's one thing that we have to like be aware of, like all the imagery that, you know, is hidden beneath, right beneath our notice, right beneath our noses, and how those things, if we're not able to really identify the images, can take us out of, you know, being present in the moment, because we're not fully getting the full picture, or at least many different sides of the picture that we could be getting to really make an informed decision and really be mindful of exactly what we're doing in the moment, you know. So I was just providing another perspective, but it's definitely good to be aware of, you know, many different sides of things, and that also helps to shape your perspective of the present moment, and helps you to live more consciously in the moment, you know. So that's what I had to say there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But that was a good question. That was a good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm But
So
yeah,
yeah, what was you gonna say?
ignore. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say like just being present. I feel like it just goes back to like our breath, like how is it that we're breathing in this moment of our life? You know, how is it that we're feeling in this moment of our life? Like I like to refer to it sort of like the Lamborghini example. I call it like that.
Hmm.
But like say you wanted to get a Lamborghini, right? So this is hypothetical, obviously. I mean, you can get a Lamborghini if you want to, but it's up to you. But say you wanted to get a Lamborghini. So what you would have to do, you have to go to the Lamborghini dealership. You gotta he's gonna ask you what color you want, what type of style you want. So you got to let him know what kind of style you want. And then you got to open up the butterfly doors. You got to smell that new car smell. You got to feel that new leather interior. And you got to drive stick because it's not automatic. Obviously, it's a Lamborghini, you know. But you got to, and obviously, he's gonna tell you got to test drive the car, right? It only makes sense if you're gonna buy it anyway, So you got to test drive it and you go as fast as you want down that road. And it's going to be an open road too, just so you could test it out. So it's not like in the realm of other individuals. So you could be right by yourself. So you could really try it out. You know what I mean? Like on your own track type, just because you got it like that. But you drive it as fast as you want. But the thing is, it's not about the car itself. It's about the feeling that the car gave you, about doing all of those different things, because each of those things, like we said, are emotions. These are things that's going to happen to us. But how are we feeling about making sure that we got the Lamborghini? It's not about the Lamborghini. Like I said, that's just some material example. It don't even have to be material. It could be something that's way beyond this material life. What do you want? It's up to you. And you could get that thing if you really want it. If you're really going to the Lamborghini dealership, opening the butterfly doors, finding out what model of car you want. It's like I said, it's not about the car, it's about going through that life, but feeling that moment, feeling each moment. but with your breath, because that's all we can do. You know, that's something that's not even, we don't have any control if we breathe our next breath at all. Like that's really crazy. But if this was your last breath, would you feel happy with what you've done in your life? And if not, then why not change it right now and then feel happy for the rest of your life in this present moment? Now, your
But
happiness could be up to you, though, of course.
yeah, that's what I was listening to Q podcast
Mm-hmm.
recently today as I was driving around, and he was
Mm-hmm.
talking about how just just understanding the fact that everything that we do now is either adding to our future self or taking away from it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because like the present moment is the future at the same time, because everything that you do now is going to affect what you are, who you are, what you do in the future. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, like you were saying, really taking that time to feel into being in the Lamborghini, even if you're not at the point where you could go to the Lamborghini store and test drive it for real, just like feeling into it, like just sitting there and creating that imagery in your mind, then that puts out that vibration of energy that will be returned to you in the form of a Lamborghini if you then, commit to doing what needs to be done to getting to that Lamborghini energy. Because the Lamborghini may exist at this vibration of energy, and you're at this vibration of energy. But once you're present and you're conscious of that, and then you start to consciously move in every moment to rising up your vibration of energy to meet the level of the Lamborghini, then obviously you're going to get a Lamborghini, because that's the vibrational match that your energy is at,
Mm-hmm.
you
And
know.
that's only if you want a Lamborghini.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
For for the analogy I was just using.
Yeah.
Lamborghini, you could do it with whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it could be a McLaren.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about living in the present moment and embracing the present of the moment, like, which is your breath.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's facts.
Mm-hmm.
And breathing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like that's what one thing that I really appreciate that you talk about a lot, was that, like, breathing. And like when I was saying about like uh the emotion stuff that I was dealing with, like definitely when I become aware that I'm feeling like anger or sadness or some other type of emotion that's not really in alignment with higher vibrational emotions, which would be like happiness, joy, peace, stuff like that. I turn to my breath. I try to center myself. I'm just like, all right, let me take some breaths, deep breaths, and that often, you know, even if it doesn't completely like take me out of the way that I'm feeling right now, it definitely at least calms me down to a space where I can, make more rational, more presently minded decisions than if I was acting from a place of anger or sadness or some other type of emotion, Breath is powerful, yo.
Breath is like what they've been talking about, like, because I do a lot of like history lesson. Like I want to understand like what the people understood about what we're supposed to do, because I feel like that's the most important part. We like they talked about this in all different types. They call it prana, they call it energy, they call it whatever. But that's something that we don't have control over, just like our heart beating. Like it's crazy. Those things work together, and as they cross, it almost creates this Merkaba when we understand who we are. That energy light being of light, and it's just to a point where it shines so bright that you can't even hide it anymore. So but that's what our breath can actually do for us. So it's very powerful. But
For sure.
it's like, say we don't want to be on this planet no more, we could go to that other location on this Markaba, because that's our energy light beam. It goes that quick. you know but that's about like what we really want, raising to that occasion. Like, what do we want this now? Don't get me wrong, we could get the material thing as well, but I'm saying, like, we can do things beyond just the material.
Hmm.
Just the material is just on the outside, but what's on the inside is it's like the true home. Because we can't control that home. Like, it's an uncontrollable home.
Going back to breath, that's breath. Breath is beyond a material. You can't see
Exactly.
it. You
and
can't
it's and it costs
touch
nothing.
it. You can't fucking grab it. But like,
Mm-mm.
all three of us are here right now speaking
Mm-hmm.
because we have
Through.
breath flowing through our bodies because we have
Exactly.
air, and that's giving us a life. So
Mm-hmm. But I feel like, going back to like what I was saying earlier about like the sound as well, because what we say is very powerful to ourselves. So even like what we're basically living in a grace period. I put it like that, because we're breathing. So what I try to say is just thank you, because like that's like a key to remember, like, it's okay. And also say I forgive myself. Like, even though like the past was crazy, I still forgive myself of that. And I say thank you that you're still working. You
yeah,
know what I mean? That my whole being is still working with me. So even just having that that forgiveness, and then obviously that equates to forgiving others as well, you know, for everything that they've done, because not nobody can do what you're supposed to do, but everybody wants to give advice, and it might only be their advice, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's important to realize that you just have to forgive them, also forgive yourself, and then say thank you that you're still working. Just live in that, like, before you go to bed, say thank you. Before you wake when you wake up, just say thank you. Because you're still here, you're still breathing. Like, that's crazy. That like, and people just forget about that because they're so conformed to like all these different things. Oh, I don't have enough money, or I don't got this and that. You still breathing though. How is it that you're still breathing and you don't have any money?
Bro, okay, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So we're talking about the pillar of mercy energy, right? But then
Hmm.
there's the severity one also. I
Hmm.
was watching this podcast with Joe Rogan in it, and Wim Hof, he was interviewing him, and it really messed my brain up. I haven't been able to finish the video yet because my brain is still so messed up from it.
What's
I
What
the
he
need to see
said,
this
yeah,
video.
yeah? What's the
what dude said, he's all like, if you don't do what you're afraid of in your life that you really want to do, you're gonna start getting sick. And I was
Hmm.
like, no.
Hmm.
wow?
I put it
That
down after
that
that.
makes sense because it
Hmm.
goes back to like those vibrational frequencies. If you're
Hmm.
living, if you're not, if you don't have the courage to do what you're afraid of, then you're living in that frequency of fear, you know, and
Hmm.
that's a frequency that causes illness and stuff. Look at like Corona is like a prime example of this. Most of the people who are like most afraid of this get the virus,
Hmm.
so and obviously there's other risk factors and all that stuff. I'm not trying to say like it's 100%, if you're scared of the virus you're gonna get it. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm saying like when you live in that vibration, and I'm a victim of it too, because there's still things that I want to do that I am not doing, and like I feel it, you know. It makes me sometimes like depressed almost, you know, because I know that I'm not doing what I feel like I should be doing, or I feel like I should be called to be doing. And because we have that breath, we should, you know, be taking, we have that breath, and that means that we have this life, and each breath is an opportunity. So we should be taking all the opportunities that come up to us and trying to at least try them out, trying to at least, as long as we feel like they somewhat resonate with who we feel like we're supposed to be, we should definitely at least take the chance. And you know, that's, it's hard sometimes. It's definitely hard because, you know, we're not we're not programmed to really see that and understand that we have to interact with um we have to interact with these opportunities, because that's not what we're taught. And you know, it revolves a lot around, you know, how you grow up and how you are brought up. But that's the beautiful part about, you know, growing up in life. You learn that you can unlearn different things and relearn new things, and all of that process, you know, definitely brings you into the moment as well, because you know, unlearning things that will keep you in like a fear-based mindset, and learning things that'll, you know, make you you know, find you in alignment with more of like a higher self mindset, or more in tune with what your soul is really desiring for you to achieve, helps you to be more present when you're in the moment, and when you're working on whatever it is that you wanted to bring to the reality. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely agree.
Mm-hmm. And what I like to call breath is creator energy. Like imagine like this this creator is giving us this energy, his energy or its energy. I don't believe it should be it or whatever it is,
Yeah.
but it is giving us its energy with each breath, right? But with that, what are we doing with it?
Hmm.
Because we have the energy to create.
Facts. Facts. Wait, Antoine, what's the name of that podcast that, or what's the name of that episode?
Uh, I have
Joe
I have a
Rogan.
playlist. I
Oh,
have 4 videos so far with other people's birth charts. I did my daughter. I did Jazz, and I did someone else. Oh, I did Bill Gates and Bill Gates and Steve Jobs,
mm.
and I think that's about it for now. But I'm gonna work on some more later.
Did you?
Okay.
I mean, what was the episode that you were talking about for that podcast that we?
Oh, dude, I found it in Spirit Mysteries.
Okay,
Uh, yeah, but yeah, just search Joe Rogan and Wim Hof, and it'll come up. It's like 2 hours
okay.
long now. But
Joe Rogan and Wim Hof. Yeah, I definitely gotta
yeah,
look into that one.
That actually does sound like a good one.
Yeah. Um. Once again, shout out Spirit Mysteries. Oh my God, life changing platform. Very very full of knowledge, and very full of, you know, information that will help you hone in on, you know, what it's like to be in the present moment, and what it's like to bring your true self out of yourself. So definitely learned a lot there. Um, but yeah, I think we can bring this episode to a close now. If you guys got anything, any final words to say, please do say something.
okay. Well, I just wanted to say that I think it's really important to start taking life seriously. You know, do the thing that you're afraid of. It's really important because if you don't, obviously you're not going to be able to focus on things that you want to do. Um, I'm sure all of us have our demons, you know, but it's a fun time, you know. It really is.
100%.
Hmm.
Mm.
I feel like what's important is to keep breathing and keep breathing, regardless of if it's a bad breath or if it's a good breath. Take each breath as if it was your last. You know.
Facts. Facts.
Hmm.
Yeah. And, definitely, yeah. You guys said very good things. I'm trying to think of anything else I want to say, but yeah, definitely meditate.
Yeah,
Meditate.
bro. Thanks for sharing this opportunity with me. I really appreciate it. Very cool.
No problem, bro. Thank you for
Okay.
joining. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
And thank you out there for watching. If you found this conversation helpful, drop a like. If you didn't like it, drop a comment, whatever. I don't care. We do care, actually. But, it's all love. And we also wanted to say make sure you have your own experience. Just, we're not trying to say any of this is 100% facts, but, if you want to do your own research and stuff like that, we always encourage you to do that. And, we're just giving you food for thought as always. So thank you for tuning in. Peace out from your boy. Peace out. Peace out. Peace.